You and I, we go back, and I think that I liked your smiling face. Now that we've all grown, I must apologize. We no longer fit. You and me drifting away like those kids shows we no longer watch, and those memories we made, I promise you I'll remember. Just move on, gotta remember the night, it'll soon be gone. Feeling the night, remember what we've done. I know it's the old days, I know hurts without you, I know hoping for a future when the pain is gone. You is like those last that I always kept some with me to give whenever you felt hungry, even though I never liked that kind. We wanted to go all the way to uni to chase our dreams, and I hope that you're reaching those goals that we set, 'cause I want you to do well. Feeling the night, wanna hold you on. Feeling the night, gotta just move on. Gotta remember the night, it'll soon be gone. Feeling the night, remember what we've done. I know it's the old days, I know hurts without you, I know hoping for a future when the pain is gone. And you were doing well, even though I'm no longer with you. I love that you kept that shut. I like to wonder what other things you kept. I wish that I could have grown with you. I'd take you to our favorite place, and then we could do whatever we wanted to, like travel to places we dreamed of, chasing dreams to the day we both turned 17. Boy, how things have changed. Magazines that don't mean nothing anymore. Would you be proud of you? And I had so much fun playing in the parking lot. I will hold these memories deep inside my heart until I'm old. Me and you laughing along inside the bathroom stalls, hiding from teachers, sad that I won't get to see you. Wish you well in your endeavors. I'm hoping that you're happy. I'm feeling okay knowing that you are gonna be okay. So I'll say goodbye, my good friend. Sweet daylight, 1, 2, 3, red.
god. Oh my god. Okay. Bruh. It's been so long. No, everything disconnected. Everything. Oh fuck, I knocked over my entire everything. Oh no. No, Quentin. I just knocked him over. Fuck. He's got enough issues. I knocked me over too. I also have enough issues. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Relatable. But yeah, everything. Literally everything disconnected. And I was trying to put it back together. And then I tried setting up. I realized I wasn't set up with like anything. Everything had an update. Then I just got done with my vocal coach. She held off 3 days because she got the lettuce parasite. Oh man, that sucks. I hope she feels better. because it just won't connect. I don't know what it is. It just says no, you're not doing that. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll just direct them to Twitch. It's fine. And then YouTube, it's it keeps saying chat disconnected for my multi-chat thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that's great. So now I have 2 screens. So yeah, everything be breaking. It's fine. What's this? What are you doing? Shut down. You're supposed to loopy. Why are you not looping? I'm going to go into the middle of the street and let traffic take me. It will be fine. It will be exhilarating. Okay, well, that's not moving. That's fine. As long as I don't eat anything at all, good time to lose a few pounds. Oh my god. I know the feeling, but not from that. I luckily have managed to avoid the lettuce fiasco, but I can imagine it is just awful. You might have to update your key permission. I tried. I updated everything. I made fresh keys for X, and I inputted the fresh keys into OBS, and I disconnected the thing on OBS and reconnected it, and it's just like, no. How about no? Chat disconnects with a beat saver out too when the keys first. I also did that. I disconnected and reconnected. I like logged out entirely and logged back in. It worked for Twitch, but it did not work for YouTube. It just keeps saying that it waited 60 seconds and nothing happened. So good luck. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? There we go. Oh my god. I'm so out of it. Was it a plugin? It's not, no. That one's not a plugin. That one is, the app is right there. Thank you. No, it's the app, it's streamer. Hold on, let me log back into it so I get the full name. It just says streamer when I hover over the app. I used it all the time, and now streamer bot. I used it all the time, and now it's not. It says partially connected, and I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried, and it's not working. It's not working. It's fine. It's fine. This always happens. I go away for a while, I die, and then I come back, and I forget how to stream, and then I resurrect fully, and then everything works, and it's fine. Well, in the last year, Twitch redid its API and programs needs. And that was the other thing. I can't connect Twitch to my VTube Studio, so emotes are not gonna rain down. I gotta mess with that. It like won't let me disconnect entirely for some reason. And oh, okay. It just takes a hot minute, but it's there. Okay, it'll circulate, it's fine. But I sound so crazy right now, I'm so sorry. But, no, it won't fully disconnect, it's just kind of like whited out. And it won't let me reconnect, and I logged out of VTube Studio and logged back into VTube Studio, and it's still doing that. It's really weird, yeah. Unfortunate. Is that pineapples? What is that? Is that pineapple pizza? Are you logged into Steam? Yes. And I updated Steam. That's how I'm here. It is pineapple pizza. That's silly as fuck. What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay. Well. Oh my god. That's wild. I love that. What server is that on? I love that. Yeah, no. Everything will be fixed one day. It'll be fine. I'm not gonna stress too much. I did this silly thing and I was like, I'm gonna stream today, or I'm gonna stream Thursday. And I said that on Monday. And then I didn't actually get up here to check anything until 5 o'clock after I watched the movie, which is silly of me, because it's like, I should have been up here before I planned to stream, because I said I was going to stream from like, in my head, I said I was going to stream from like 5 to 9, and then I didn't get on until 6:30. Is it Twitch Global? That's funny. Man, I've been out of it. It's so funny. What the hell? I love that so much. Okay, I just opened VTuber Studio. Twitch logged us out. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I know I gotta fix this because it always logs me out. And I tried to log it back in, and it won't let me. It's like stuck in hell. I need to connect via some dumb browser with Chromium. Oh god. Does Firefox have that? I recently downloaded it for various reasons. No? Of course it doesn't. But Chrome's so bloated, it made my computer act like a fucking freak. There's so much. I am here. Hello! You are here. Hi! How are you? How are you? Firefox doesn't allow it. I'm not using Firefox right now. I'm using Brave. That was my favorite one, but I had to download a different browser because of something I was doing, and it wouldn't accept Brave. So I was wondering if Firefox had it, but as well. The music's very loud. Fuck. With a case of the munchies. I'm doing good. You? Oh, I'm alright. There's a stupid bug, and it won't leave me alone. It won't leave me alone. Case of the munchies is always me. I'm always wanting to eat. So I totally agree. What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna consume? What's the bug? It's like a gnat. So it's been bugging me since I came in here. I can't catch it. I'm too slow. TOS I copy paste with the address into Chrome and it worked right away. Meh. I don't wanna though. Is there another thing that's less bloated? I clicked login and activate. And it connected right up. It's almost like Google wants to own everything. You little fucker, I'm gonna end your whole bloodline. God. You know what's surprising? I still have my 21 streams because I haven't streamed, so you haven't missed anything. Gonna be 22 soon. Hell yeah. Consistent brother. The true trooper. Man. Yeah, I've been gone for like ever. I don't remember when I left. All I remember is I was like super tired and overwhelmed. And then I just stopped. It just randomly happened. The trooper to end all troopers. Okay, maybe not that extreme. Oh no, you're a pretty strong trooper there. Okie trooper. Google claims that Edge, Safari, and Firefox will all work, but in my experience, Firefox doesn't. I don't even know if I have Edge. Did I delete Edge? Am I crazy? Am I insane? I'm probably insane. It's fine. No, I still have Edge. Do I do. Okay. I'll give Edge a try. That would be weird if I deleted Edge. It was just like, nope, everything's gone. I remove all of it. What's Gwen talking about? I did a silly thing and I tried to set up stream like literally when I was supposed to start stream and everything was breaking, and one of the things that was breaking is VTube Studio and the fact that I can't connect it to Twitch, and it's because I need a Chromium browser and I currently do not have one, but she was confirming that it's definitely a Chromium thing. But Firefox can work apparently, but it doesn't work for her. Chrome is the only specifically listed as a requirement for niche creator features like managing up. It's gone. Managing certain collaborator tools such as Stream Together, not for general account authorization. Works great for me. What does? Firefox? For this? Don't you have a PNG model? Firefox. Okay, but we're talking about VTube Studio. For this specific scenario, it does not work, is what she's saying. I look evil. Why is my eyebrows doing that? I mean, yes, but also. But also. Any progress on that, by the way, sir? How dare you? What? I feel so crazy right now. It's fine. Anyway, I used Chrome and it connected right up, and I just did a test where it's fine. That's good. I'll try my alternatives, and if it doesn't work, I'll bend the knee, I guess. Like my least favorite thing ever. Oh, I have fantastic bad news about that. Oh. Did I not do a good job? Did I fail you, sir? Maybe Edge to whatever lets you authorize. Maybe. Yeah. I'll log into Edge and see. The thing is, it was logging in fine before. Nothing on your end. Okay, good. I was like, it's worked for other people. I don't know. Like, it seemed like something on VTube Studio's side, because it was like, it won't let me do anything. It won't even let me fully disconnect. It won't give me any prompts. It won't do anything. But maybe it is just that. But every time I click connect, it just does like a pause, and then it doesn't do anything. I had to play a whole D&D campaign using Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and Firefox never let me log in. Yeah, wait. I used I think it was Foundry, to play D&D with Kabuki, and they had to get me this thing to do it instead, because my browser would not accept it. It was what was it? It was FLC, and it kind of like did a sub window for it. It was interesting. It's trying to load up your default browser and authorize window. It was working before. Why is it gonna break? It's fine. It's fine. First off, trying to get a not so legal full version of Live 2D Cubism has become Why are you doing that, brother? Has become more complicated and a lot more sketchy than it used to be, so I'm super hesitant on getting the thing. Okay, but like, you could just get the free trial. They have like a free trial. I think it lasts like 30 days or something. Also, you could just use it for free. I don't know if I have enough assets on that thing to be able to count as you need the full. You cannot finish that in 48 days. Okay. I don't know how many files, or not files, but like layers it has to be under in order to use the free, but is it 30? That's crazy. It's 30, it's crazy. You know what? Watch Alice. Watch Alice until you get enough money, or enough money, channel points, and get a free rig on top of it. It's not a lot, at least from what I remember. Yeah, I don't remember how much it is. But you can at least get like a good majority of it done, right? Like, I didn't add that much. It's not that, there's not that much, I don't think. I mean, in the eyes, I guess. No, it's not that much. I think most of your parts is hair chips. It's like the majority of your parts. I think you have 30 alone just in hair chips. Hi, Knights. Also, the webcam I asked my mom to get me off eBay not only took a long time to get here, but by the time it got here, the thing didn't work. That sucks. It's fucked. That's messed up. eBay be like... I've been seeing some, like, fucked up news about eBay, honestly. So, maybe best... Can you get, like, Amazon? Because I know you live, like, kind of far out. Can you get Amazon or no? Oh. Excuse me. How are you doing, Knights? Wait, what does that say? Tool? For YouTube. YouTube. That's so tiny. Hi. Okay. Hello. Hello, YouTube. How are you? I'm good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ba 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 ba. Also, hi. Yes, everyone greet each other. Be true troopers. Yeah. Hopefully the next time I stream, which will be Saturday, everything will be a little bit more coherent. And a lot less whatever this is. Whatever this is. I don't know what this is, but it ain't it. Yay, yes. Do you want to tell them one or no? No. I have a lot of news, but I don't know where to start. So I'm like, decision paralysis. Don't worry, completely different hardware and connections will be involved to go wrong. What? What does that mean, Glenn? My ad blocker also isn't working no more, so I'm getting full-blown Wingstop ads. Oh no! Like I'm having right now. You're having Wingstop? Hell yeah. Wingstop rocks. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Wait, you probably can't hear me. Because of Wingstop. I mean, we have to mess with a Switch 2 and capture card instead of just Twitch and YouTube Studio. That's true. Every day is a new mystery, a new fun thing to unravel and learn. Maybe, I don't know. Ideally, we can do VTube Studio stream together. I assume the VTube Studio stream together will be fine. It's always the shared chat on Twitch that I have trouble with. On my end, not yours. New Skep to fight. Yes. New demons to face. The craziest ones I've gotten so far is a freaking gas mask to like survive a disaster and mobs or some shit that they advertise, and a Minions ad about Coca-Cola where the last thing they say is pee-pee lasagna. Wow. Very cool. Pee-pee lasagna. I don't understand. Pee-pee lasagna. How silly as fuck. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, I'm yawning already. Alright. News. So, I just got one for an energy sports drink. It's a bit more up my alley. That's good, that's good, that's good. You're back? Awesome. Alright, so news. Do we want the bad news or the good news first? What do you want first? If you hear anything, ignore my cat. He's loud. He screams. He's old. He doesn't realize what he does. I was gonna ask, did you almost die again? No. Not this time. Well, kinda. That's not very good. Bad news, okay. So... I have no job. I lost my job. That's the bad news. And I've been very sick lately. That's the bad news. Me and Eli are trying to figure it out, so yeah. I'm just here. What is that? What is that? Oh god. Yeah, that's the bad news. We're figuring it out. I'm doing a lot of commissions, and me and Eli are doing Ubers and stuff because he hasn't had a job in a bit. The good news is I finally released some music. It's shitty, but I did it. I released a lot of comic chapters and stuff before I got sick, so that's good. Right now? Like this moment? No, it was earlier. Oh, what was that? So I released a cover. It's on YouTube. And then I released a personal project. And it's on... Right now it's on Spotify, Apple Music, what was the other ones? iHeartRadio. I forget the last one. It's gonna be on YouTube soon. Not gonna lie, I forgot to listen to that. Oops. No, it's totally fine. It's shitty. It's fine. It was a passion project. So I did that. I finally got that all the way in my brain. And then I've been doing a lot of art stuff, and that's been cool. I had art at Offkai. Somebody was doing like a musical, was it when it's bigger than a quartet? Like a, not a singquet, I don't know numbers. Anyway, Starlight Daryl was part of it. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. I thought that was cool. So my art was in a panel at Offkai. So that's exciting. And then why is my mouth opening? I'm not opening my mouth. I've been focusing on comic stuff, and I said that I think at the end of last year too, that I've been focusing on comic stuff. Oh, my earbud, ow. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. You guys have seen a lot of that because I've been putting it also on Discord, and doing a lot of contests, and I haven't won a single one so far, but I'm trying, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, and you know what? I can take this opportunity that is being jobless and using it to just fully commit myself to content creation, which I think has gone well so far, because apparently over the last 7 days I have like tripled my engagement. Quadruple. So that's cool. I've also been getting a lot of commissions, so that's cool too. What was the furthest that you got? What, for contests? They're not really measured like that. I mean, one is, and I'll explain that one in a second. But like most of the contests are like, you know, just put your entry in, and we're gonna review everybody. And you either win in a certain capacity or not. I was not, which is fine. That's how I keep practicing. But one of them is for a comic contest entry, and the first, the preliminary was just to be accepted into the contest, which I got through, and then the second one was a public vote, and this part you guys don't know, I did get through that. I did get through public vote. So now it is being reviewed by mangakas, which is very stressful. I'm having actual mangakas look at my my interesting little one-shot comic and I'm like, whoa, I didn't think I'd get this far. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll find out what the decision is mid next month. That is so cool. Thank you. Yeah, even if I don't win, I think that's okay. Like, the fact that I got that far is pretty sick. And then I have full rights to it, and I can like distribute it on other stuff. So that is my silver lining if I do not win. If I do win, I get like $2,000 or something, and it gets serialized, and there's something else. I don't remember. There's something else, but I was like, I'm gonna serialize my work? That's crazy. So that's like that's the cool part. I looked at your recently updated VGen from front page and saw the different people. So fun. Yeah! Yeah, I've been getting a lot of fun work from a lot of fun people. My most popular is the chibi present for sure. But, which is what made the op guy. But, yeah, no. Like, I can showcase a lot of different backgrounds too, different styles. Like, well, you know, aesthetically styles. So that's fun. Of course, I have a lot of Gwen stuff. Because you're, like, always there in my corner. And, Nessa has been getting a lot of work from you recently. Blah 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 blah. Kifé Conjure. I have a few returners, but it's mostly new people, which is also fun. And I have some like VTuber art that I plan on doing. And then like I've got a little list of things that I want to do. So what's left on the list is I have another adoptable I want to make, and what's my thinking like that? I have another adoptable I want to make, and I've got to start writing again because I post chapters. I was posting chapters weekly on Tapas for writing Bioreality, and I am due for a new chapter of Meridian of Mana, and it's planned out. I just haven't finished it because of all the chaos. But I also have a Numi art that I plan on making for her cowgirl model. It's a little bit more risque. And then I have a very elegant art that I plan on doing for Nimi's gothic model. So those are in the works. I don't know. I'm addicted to your character here's. Yeah, every time I make one, you're like, you know, I'm gonna grab one. I'm like, Gwen is in your case the whale of your comp. She really is. She really is better than a gotcha. Aw. Show him the one you just made. Oh, the your character here that I just made? Yeah, I can do that. Hold up, wait a minute. Holy shit, that Annie art is popping. That is insane. I don't know what I did. So, alright, your character here. Oh. You don't need to see that. It look like a dish. It's like a gamer one. And that's like an example with a person and not a blob. I think it's cute. I kind of just randomly like, I'll be eating like cheeseburger and then I'm just like, you know, that'd be a really cute your character here. And then I'm just like, mixed cheeseburger. So, yeah, I just be coming up with stuff, man. I just be making things. That's cute, thank you. Yeah, that's a stays forever, your character here. I'm gonna bring back the autumn ones. I might make a new autumn one too. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna make a new autumn one too. Maybe a new Halloween one too. And I'll bring back the old ones in case people have not accessed those. Show them my Berseria. Yes, your Merc are great. Or your character here. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll show you ones. I always feel weird about being like, I'm gonna show this person's commission. So I always wait until someone's like, show it. And then I'm like, okay, I got it. Oh. I don't know what I moved, but I did it. Alright, this is it. It's pretty sick. She had a vision, and it was spectacular. Do it. It was so fun to give some away to pals as gifts. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, Gwen be buying things for, like, other, like, VTubers, too. It's so cute. She's so cute. Oh, damn, dude. Ah, thank y'all. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, her vision was really cool. And, it's gonna be for her Tales of Berseria streams. Oh, Gwen. I still have the clip file. Do you want me to save it out without the background and send it to you also? That way you can just kind of plop it on a thumbnail if you want to. The Fifi emotes were adorable. They're so cute. I haven't posted those either because I'm like, I don't know if she's already delivered everything or if she wants it to be a surprise for everyone. Like, and I'm too shy to ask. I'm crazy. Didn't know you were packing heat like that. Hey. Yeah, no, like, yes please. Okay, can do. Can do, can do. Right now, I hope I don't get kicked for this. This would be the stupidest thing. Well, I'm gonna show it anyway. Fuck that. This is the art that is currently doing really good. And I'm taking it off screen now. Annie was concerned that that version of her model, I deliver that stuff immediately. Okay, cool. So it's okay if I just kind of like post them. Super eager too. Okay. Yeah. I just never want to overstep my bounds. Yeah, that Annie one is doing really well. And then this is a contest entry that I've done recently. That I do not want. What am I saying? Oh, that I do not know if I have one or not because the due date is like. When is the due date? Hold on. It is a little bit on the fan servicey side, yeah. So it's a little much for me, but a little less for some other artist VTubers. It's like my entry into fan service. Clip Studio. What is the announcement date for this? Mid-August is when they will announce. Okay, yeah. So it is not. It has not been announced yet, but it is for this, the 48th International Illustration Contest, Moon and Stars. The judging is currently in progress. You had fun stacking up my Tales of Berseria Alpha. Yes! You were like, I'm gonna go a little bit on the like edgy fan servicey side, and I was like, cool. Let's do this. And there was a couple of semi-risque-ish arts of myself, and then the Annie one's the most. but you know, it's Annie. Come on, like it's just I'm just following the I'm just following the example. The model is there, and I'm just trying to replicate it. Water. Yeah, so that's for that contest, and then what is the early August is, excuse me, the results for this. It's this. The Global Comic Awards 2026. And it says early August is the final results. International one shot. Half of it's in French, the other half is in English. We'll see. We'll see what I do, how I do. You've made Gwenite before with big cups, and I usually go, no, cut them down. Yeah. So true. So true. Look at my boy. He's so tired. Pat pat, it's okay. Right. Yeah. So, a lot of contests. Done a lot of contests. Doing comic stuff. I owe everybody a new chapter of ROM. It seemed like it was received well from the first chapter, so I will continue on, and I gotta continue on with bio. With bio, I've been kind of revamping the really older chapters, because I think I started trying to write that in like 2022, and so my art style has changed quite a bit. And I'm also doing the same for an average day for needing books. And once those are like up to date and like everything looks nice, I will continue on with those as well. But I'm trying to get through my commissions, because right now those are the income bringers. And when I have free time, I will be working on comics and streaming. I'll be here. I'll be active. Alive. I'll be alive. I'm alive. Oh my goodness, there's 6 people, 6 views on YouTube. That's actually more than usual. I'm pretty low on Twitch, but that makes sense, because Kifé, who's she? I need to close some of these tabs. Okay, close that. Close that. Okay. I gotta update my panels on Twitch so people can find stuff. I am partnered with Advanced GG, and then Hi back. Hi. Hello. How are you, T-Lan? How are you? You've been like super active on Twitter. If you need an editor for shorts, like VTuber editor for shorts, you should check out T-Lan, because they just opened a VGen. and has services for scrubbing bods and making YouTube shorts. Well, I should say long form, or not, vertical shorts. How are we doing? Tired, but okay. Why did my model do that? Make me blush. Thank you, Kifé. Of course. Of course. Us artists have to work together. Of all types. I was just about to say, I added commissions onto Ko-fi, whatever people want to call it, whatever the hell it is. There is the chibi your character here, the gift one that everybody likes. You know what? I'm just gonna bring this down here so people can see, and then I'm gonna head over here again. I should just stay here. What am I moving? Stop. Okay. So I added this bug is gonna be the end of me. Your character hits chibi, because everybody loves it. And then I added sketches because I don't even remember if I ever did this. I might have. It was a fever dream. Black and white sketches. So if anybody wants to just order like a little sketch, they can. That's only on Ko-fi, Coffee, whatever. The show off, because it's also very popular, is now on another thing. And then I have all my illustrations available for members only pricing. Gwen, this is very useful for you. Member only pricing, and then on top of the member only pricing, there is a coupon that it does not expire for members. I mean, it expires if you stop being a member, but it's an additional 10% off. So the BGM is still loud. Bug. There we go. Okay, there we go. So is that better? Can you like hear me better? Is it not like blowing your eardrums out anymore? I was told that my other screen also had it really loud. It's just like, I really want you to hear the background, not me. Much clearer. Okay, good. Gwen. Yeah, so this combined with the discount is cheaper than my sales on VGen, as a note. So you have the full package headshot, full package waist up, full body character illustration. They're all member only, specific pricing, and then there's a coupon that comes with being a member that also adds an additional discount of 10%. So it is cheaper. It is cheaper than trying to just use the discounts on VGen, which the discounts on VGen are perfectly fine too if you're like, I'm only gonna order one thing and I don't want to be a member. So there's something for everyone. I'm also on Commissions GG now, but that's like I'm kind of like feeling the room with that one. Can you even log in? Hold on. Let me bring this up here. Keith. Oh, also, I mean, I don't know if anybody likes like energy drink stuff, but I'm with Advanced GG now. If you want like 10% off, you can just use the 4 letters KEEF. Keith. And it'll get you like less costing powder. So if that is up your alley. Do we have a Kifé flavor? No, I'm not that cool yet. I wish. If I get enough If I get enough orders, maybe they'll give me like a flavor and a shaker one day. Right now, I'm aspiring. Kifé obviously would taste of mushrooms and paint water. That sounds gross. The mushrooms kind of hit. I don't know. It depends on how you like mushrooms. Sounds crazy though. Aspiring energy drink flavor. Yeah, have an aspiring energy drink flavor and semi-risque bottle that you can shake. Every true VTuber aspires. I'm not sure why I'm doing all this. I could have just went to my site. Can I just, if you hear a cat, it's okay. He's just loud. But he's fine. He's an orange cat. I hope that's enough explanation. Yeah, so this is my commissioned GG place. Right now it has the present, chibi illustration, profile headshot, half body, full body, and character sheet. It also has a singular membership because to do anything more than this, I would have to pay money. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay yet. I think I want to see if this is worth before trying to put any investment into it. So, it has one. And then you get like I think it's like a 10% discount on all commissions for being a member. And then for the shop, I have the same things as my VGen and my Ko-Fi, and I've barely added anything to my portfolio. Added 2 things, because I lost the energy. Me with my Kifé shaker. Hell yeah. Shake it. But to add more shop items and commission slots and memberships, I have to pay, and I'm like, we'll see, because right now VGen and Ko-Fi is doing well enough for me. So I'm going to test the waters and we'll go from there. But it's there. It's accessibility to those who are like, I hate VGen. VGen is the worst thing I've ever seen and heard. Fuck VGen. And I'm like, oh, alright. Well, here you go. And then the Ko-Fi ones are more so for members. It's like a additional perk, if you will. This bug! I'm going to crash out. Oh my god, this bug. I'm new to VGen. Don't break my dreams. I was so happy to get in. No, majority of the all of the clientele that I've ever had have been very, very sweet and very respectful, and sometimes they are returning. And anything that I see that is frustration is on Twitter. So I think it's just clout trying to achieve it. So I wouldn't worry about it. I would not worry about it. Yeah. No, you should be fine. Just I recommend posting services more so on like Discord servers and stuff though, because Twitter you're gonna find bots and people who are trying to engagement farm you. So at least until you get verified, and then when you get verified, people find you on the main page and you don't have to worry about it so much. Then it's fun. You wake up and it says you got a commission. You're like, oh wow. I did. That's a cool character. How am I gonna do this? And then it turns out awesome and you're like, hell yeah. I did that. Yeah, it's a roller coaster, but it's a fun one. I love roller coasters. I sound crazy. I'm so sorry. I've been crazy all stream. I've been like talking a lot too. That's like so rare. Keep up the momentum and yeah, maybe people will like that. I don't know. I don't know what people like anymore. What do people like?
Scared? This is what booba is. Now this is the part where they do a funny dance. I like the way their little fat rolls shift around and jump up and down. Oh fuck, this is actually really cool. I know in the hotline bling. Shit. Oh, it's going too fast. Come on, you guys, slow down. We didn't rehearse this.
Hi, Eli. Can you guys hear my cat? This is what I have to deal with. I forgot about this routine. All good artists are a little crazy. That's good, because I thought it was just me. Every artist that I've seen online that I respect seems a little put together, and that's not me. Meow, 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 meow. I'm so sorry. He's in the other room. That's the thing. I'm in the office. He's in the bedroom. That is Louis. He is a rescue orange cat. He is almost 10 years old now, and he's a personality. He will not shut up unless he's been fed how he feels he should be fed, and unless he is next to me. Oh god. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I wasn't crazy. That's true. That's true. Man. I was worried about the old man. I tried to get him to stop. No, it's okay. I'm sure he's okay. I think he's just upset because he can hear me. Like in the office. And he's like, why am I not there with you then? Like, oh, we had this agreement. My other cats are very quiet. I have me and Eli have a Firepoint Siamese, and he's like, meh, meh. Very, very sweet, very quiet. And then, we have a female, gray tabby, and she's like, but like, she barely talks. And then there's Louis. Louis talks enough for everyone. It's like to the point where like me and Eli are like covering our ears and just like, oh god, because he like tried to steal a snack that he shouldn't have and he's in timeout. Which he has this like insane obsession for Cheetos of any kind. And well, I should actually clarify that. Chips of every kind. Like he will slowly inch over to the table and just kind of like steal your bag and then like try to rip it open. Like he's like, you're in the room. He knows you're there and he will still try. I'm like, this cat's crazy. I love him though. He's very cuddly. He's a very cuddly boy. Tell me like that. Alright, I wanted to go till 9. We got another... maybe 9:30 because I started late. I don't know. 9:30. Would you guys... I was planning on playing Yumeneko. Why did my neck do that? I keep asking why my model's doing things. I was planning on doing Yumeneko. Would that sound pretty sick to y'all? I gotta get to bed. Oh my god. It's so early though. 15 minutes. Oh, my time zone. I have an hour 15. Not sure what that is. It's a visual novel. I was playing it before I left for like ever, and then I came back and it's still there to finish. Well, I'm here already, so why stop here? Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down for a cozy human echo hour. Sounds good. Okay. Alright. So then we will change. Oh! What is that? La la la. Change this. Maybe the real human echo or the friends we made along the way. Could be. Human echo. No naku koro ni. No naku koro ni. Human echo no naku koro ni. And then change this to gaming, and then we go. Oh, Yumeneko no Naku. Korani. Legend of the Golden Witch. Is okay. Is this right? Okay. Let's update it. Okay. And then I need the game. Give me the game. Open. I remember that novel, The Murder Mystery on a Cursed Island of Billionaires with extreme sexism and possible autistic child. Yes. Yes! You're very spot on with that one. It's still in the tag, so she was planning it from the start. Yeah, like I said, I was planning to from the start, but I wanted to ask. I said, I was planning on playing that, but would everybody want to do that? Because I can change the tag. If people are like, bitch, I want you to do this. and then I would cry, and I would agree. I'd be like, alright. I guess we can do that. Oh man, it's so tiny. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. It was all a part of a ploy. Nah, I wouldn't do that to y'all. Sorry for not talking more, still dealing with stuff yet? No, I totally get it, dude. Don't worry about it. Just having you here is nice. Hope things get easier soon. Her opinion didn't matter. She was going to do so anyway. You don't know that. I could be nice. Those are some aggressive seagulls. Let me check the audio. Yeah, that's all you get. I don't know. It's very low. Okay. I mean, even if you did, I wouldn't be mad. That's true. Louis, it's okay. Wait. Huh? Did it save where I was at? That doesn't look like it saved where I was at. Why didn't it save? I'm gonna crash out. It's fine. Hold on. Did I hit the wrong thing? No, because we're missing continue. Hold up. The save files expired since the last time we played. Oh god. So yeah, I got 17 hours in this. Properties. Oh dear. How unfortunate. Well, everything is breaking today. That's unfortunate. I'm already live. Oh, Discord. No. Alright. Oh, wait. I see. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. I just forgot how this game works. Exit. There's only like 2 buttons. Yes and no, and yet I forgot how this game works. This is why I draw things. Alright, start, load. From November 4th. How old is this game? Oh god. Like... Hold on. It's 18 years old. It's very old. I say it's a game, but there's really no choices. We're just following along for the ride. Why is the light flickering? That's scary. Looks like it has, Mesopotamian subtitles. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Lunch ended, and the servants removed the tableware and went to the kitchen. We are playing a movie. Yes, we are playing a movie. I think the later ones have more choices. Or maybe I'm Mandela affecting myself. But there's also a fighting game, and I wanted to play that as a collab with Eli, and do like local play. So that should be fun. The wind and rain neither weakened nor strengthened, and the island remained cut off from the outside world. At first it seemed as though Natsuhi planned to stop anyone from taking a step outside of the room, but when it came time to prepare lunch, she finally realized this would be impossible. However, in order to avoid having anyone alone in the kitchen, she told the 3 servants to go together. The game is so old that they used to play it in Mesopotamia. It looks older than it actually is, because it's like 2007, I think it said. Yeah, 2007. It's just got a vibe, I think. Yeah, no, it's... Have you ever heard of Higurashi when they cry? This is like... It's, like a... This is the one that followed it. I also have Higurashi, and I was like, I could play those, too. But this one is a mystery. Well, actually, the other one is too. But this is like Clue, if that makes more sense. Like the board game Clue. Because of that, the servants were the first ones given the right to leave the stuffy parlor, which had been packed with 11 people. Okay, for context, there is a family, and they were getting together. They're a rich family. They were getting together to visit their grandfather one last time because he is very ill. He has the fortune. He himself has 4 kids, and then they have children as well. Depending on like the family member, they have like one or no, they all have one. So there's like a family tree, and they're trying to kind of like fight for the money. But the grandpa's like, I'm not giving it to any of you. So he's like, you can just get off my island right now, or you can deal with the consequences. And they were like, no, like, grandpa, just chill out, take your meds, it's fine. The littlest, her name is Maria, was like left out in the cold because her mom sucks. And it started raining and a monsoon's coming. And she was given this letter while she was out alone. And she brings it to the family dinner table once, like, they realize they have left her outside, and they bring her inside. And she gives the letter, or no, she recites the letter to everyone, and it's basically, like, this, foretelling that, there's going to be, like, deaths that happen. And, you know, you're a part of a, mythical thing that has been passed down for generations. And they're like, oh, haha, that's so silly. And then they wake up the next morning, come to find out that, like, I think it was like 5 of them did pass away. They got stuffed in a shed. They are dead. Nobody knows how. So because nobody can trust anybody, they're all kind of keeping tabs on each other. So at this point, you know, it went from the whole cast of family down to a certain amount of family, some servants, and that's really it. Servants and family members. And Grandpa's missing. We can't find Grandpa. So, that's where we're at right now. No idea I'm in this blind. Well, that was the recap. I know it's a little meh of a recap, but it kind of gives some of it. And then if you stick around, you'll see consistencies and you'll be caught up. Since breakfast had immediately followed that terrible incident, preventing most of us from eating much, everyone tore into their lunches in silence. I will wash the dishes so you can rest while rest a while, Kanon-kun, Genji-san. Do you want something to drink? I don't need anything. Kanon? I don't need anything either. This stupid bug is distracting me. Hold on. Where did it go? Man. You two must have been so busy and so early in the morning. It's no wonder you're worn out. The only noise was that of Kumasawa washing the dishes, which sounded throughout the kitchen. Resounded, sorry. I'm bad at speaking. This is training me. If I mess up words, I apologize. Genji and Kanon sat in some chairs a short distance away, their eyes lightly closed. Just as Kumasawa has said, those two had probably built up a great deal of fatigue. But that didn't mean they could let it show in front of their relatives. The relatives. Ugh. Avoiding that was one of their virtues. After the silence had continued for some time, Kanon opened his mouth and muttered, Shannon, why did she have to die in such a horrible way? Sounds to me like, what? And the burger did. The butler did it. Oh, I wish it was that simple. Forget about the manner of her death. It was nothing more than bad luck. You're right. It was nothing more than bad luck. They both fell silent once again. Cannon's expression was filled with grief. To think that Shannon is actually dead. Can't believe it. Poor thing. Not being able to see her again feels like a lie. I just wanted to see her smiling face one more time. Kumasawa spoke with her back facing them. After all, Kumasawa hadn't seen Shannon's corpse, so she had no trouble mentioning Shannon's face. When Cannon heard those words, it reminded him again of how only half of Shannon's face had been left, and his grieving expression twisted even further. Why did Beatrice do that to Shannon? She wanted a sacrifice. There were plenty of others to choose from. Why? Why? It was nothing more than bad luck. If we were less lucky, you or I might have been lying out there instead of Shannon. Is this a yaoi? No, it's not a yaoi. That guy had the proportions of a door. He does. No yaoi. Or it could have been someone else entirely. Everything is left to fate. Genji, you said the door to Madame's room was stained with traces of something like blood, right? The same substance that was painted on the shutter? Indeed. It was an unsettling mark, almost as though someone with blood-stained fingers had been trying to pull out the doorknob. No, scratch through the door. That sort of unpleasant mark. So does this mean Beatrice came to visit Madame's room and tried to open the door, but couldn't? Genji thought back to the time he had seen those traces of blood on the door to Natsuhi's room. With the substance sticking to the door around the doorknob and the marks of something scratching against the door, it had definitely appeared as though someone had tried to open the door but couldn't. How did the madam avoid being chosen as a sacrifice? If only she had been chosen, Shannon wouldn't have died. Just then, a loud, sharp noise came in from the hall. Both of them turned around, surprised. That's a pretty interesting chat you're having there. Let me join in too. Before any of the servants realized, Battler was standing in the doorway to the kitchen. Battler, how rude of us. Genji and Cannon stood up, surprised, and hastily bowed. But I didn't care about stuff like that. I was more concerned with continuing their discussion. I told them I was going to the bathroom, so they let me go. I thought I'd suffocate if I was locked up in that room any longer. I was about to come ask you guys for some water, but then I overheard something pretty interesting. You don't need to bow your heads or anything. Please, let me hear the rest. That just now wasn't really... I've been listening to you for a while. Don't try to hide it now. So I'll ask directly. Who is this Beatrice? She's supposed to be the witch from a kid's story, but it doesn't look that way now. Oh. Cannon averted his gaze. It was obvious that he didn't want to talk about this, which only made me want to ask even more. While making an effort to smile, I grabbed the collar of his shirt. Last night, this would have been none of my business. But after this morning, everything's changed. Now that Dad and the rest have been killed, this is totally my business. I have the right to listen to this suspicious story, don't I? I glared into Cannon's eyes as he continued to avert his gaze in apparent pain. Since there was a big difference in our height, Cannon had to stand on his toes, and it looked like it hurt a bit. Battler, please let go of him. Cannon isn't really hiding anything. Then you won't have any problem talking about it, right? It's lonely being out of the loop, you know? When I tried to further twist up his collar, Genji cut between us and spoke. In his expression were faint traces that he'd made up his mind to do something. Apparently, he had no intention of hiding it. I can tell you about it. Cannon only hesitated because you might have taken it badly, Battler. Hesitating, huh? Not very manly of you. Whatever it is you're talking about, it's even more unpleasant having it kept a secret. Tell me about it. It's not like we have anything better to do before tomorrow comes. A slightly spooky story might be the best way to avoid getting bored. Genji and Cannon looked at each other, then nodded as though they decided to talk. Understood. Please ask us anything. We will talk. Right. Then I'll ask. Who in the world is Beatrice? All I know is that she's a witch who lives in the forest of Rokenjima. I've heard it's a story grandmother or someone invented to keep people out of the dangerous forest. Is that wrong? The girl on the left is posing like a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Lovely. It's actually a boy. Cannon is a guy. But he does look like he's ready to duel. It's time to duel. I wrote that some scenes ago. Oh, I meant the one wearing the black dress. What? Black dress? What, the old lady? I thought you meant him with his arm. That's a guy. That's who I meant. This right here? That's a dude. That's a man. Yeah, that's a guy. The only lady so far is the old lady. Damn you early 2000s Japan character designers. Yeah, young dude. Yeah, he's like 14 or something. He's kind of young. No, it isn't wrong. It's as you say. Beatrice is a witch who dwells in the forest of Rokenjima. Battler, I don't expect you to believe this all of a sudden, but Beatrice exists. She is a real person and the one who gave the master a vast amount of gold and who worked by his side for many years. I've been bamboozled again. His swag is so whack. I hope someone hits him with their car. Oh my god! Some people getting shot for life. Not cool, dude. What the fuck? That's messed up. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, come on. Is grandfather paying you to repeat everything he says? Did I predict something? Well, no, but... No, you didn't... I laughed like it was a joke, but neither Genji nor Cannon laughed. Huge brain moment from a detective. Oh god. Cannon laughed, nor Cannon laughed. Not even Kama-sama, who was avoiding my eyes, flustered as she stared washing the dishes. So unfortunately, I was the only one laughing. Painfully, bitterly. I see. That's why Genji refused to mention it. If you really meant it, of course I'd take it badly. So you're saying that a person named Beatrice actually exists? Yes. She has been working for the Masters since before the mansion was built on this island. She has most likely been working for him even longer than I have. What do you know? Kyrie-san's theory was off. Ugh, San. Grandfather really did have a confidant called Beatrice. Is that person on the island now? Yes. I believe that she is here. That's a vague way to put it. I guess that means you haven't seen her face today or yesterday. That is correct. It is extremely difficult to say, but Cannon once again drops his gaze, avoiding my eyes. Come on, don't just stop there. It's like freezing an inch before the blow, right? I urged him on jokingly again. However, it looked like Cannon was still confused as to whether he should speak or not. Then Kuma-sama whispered. Ho 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 ho. You cannot see her face, because Beatrice has no form. She has no... What did you say? Beatrice has no body. Therefore, unless Beatrice wishes it, common people like us are not able to see her form. I have heard that the portrait shows what Beatrice looked like back when she had a human form. It seems he yearned for that figure so much he would often stand in front of that portrait. Ho ho ho. Beatrice sometimes shows herself by changing her form into glittering butterflies. On the rare occasion that you spot them somewhere in the mansion, there is a rule that you absolutely mustn't chase after them. It is whispered that you will meet with disaster if you do. In fact, there was a servant who broke that rule and quit because of a great injury. Wait a second. Are you kidding me? Are y'all serious about this? Battler, Beatrice has already arrived. Such language may be unwise. I thought this was playing the Halo theme for a second. Me too. Beatrice does not like it when she is profaned. If you doubt her existence, you will surely meet with disaster. Battler, you probably find this topic unpleasant, but you know what? Beatrice does exist. She exists. Beatrice hates people who doubt that. Can't you tell, Battler? Beatrice has already arrived here. Come on, quit it. I'm weak against that stuff. Enough with the cheap threats. However, there was no trace of a joke in the eyes of the three servants. Blech. On the surface, I laughed and tried to look unconcerned, but I was quickly starting to sober up. Their eyes were all sobering up fast. Battler, I beg that you stop profaning Beatrice. Please, trust me. Kumasawa, who was usually cheerful and would always tease people, now spoke with a totally serious face. Well, even if you say she exists, I don't see anything. Are you trying to say she's standing right next to me or something? Quit joking around. Bow, bow, bow.
Oh.
Oh, God. Just then, the unnerving laugh suddenly filled the kitchen. Aw, face not even a mother could love. When I turned around, Maria was standing there by the entrance. But her expression and the feeling about her, her presence, felt exactly the same as the servants.
Whether your wavelength matches or not is determined at birth. Battler, you were born with a mismatched wavelength. That's why you can't see her. That's why you can't meet with her. And that's why you can't talk to her.
Oh, yeah. It is. It is. Very early 3000s vibe.
You're the type Beatrice hates the most.
Maria laughed like it was funny, but it sounded extremely eerie. It was almost like she was laughing at me because I alone didn't understand.
Do you want to know about Beatrice? Beatrice is a 1,000-year-old witch. With all of the demons at her command, she can harness the power of alchemy to create the Philosopher's Stone and a vast quantity of gold. Grandfather built up all the vast wealth of the Ushiromiya family by making a contract with her. Yesterday, I read Beatrice's letter, didn't I? That was real. Well, I guess it's pointless for me to try and force you to believe. After all, it looks like you were born without a trace of the sixth sense.
Man, he's getting baited. What are you talking about? Witches, demons? Who told you about that?
I heard it from Beatrice herself.
It's just crazy, bro. Maria kept doing that unpleasant laugh. I ain't doing that laugh. We are slowly being indoctrinated into a cult. Yes. Do you believe in our Lord and Savior, Beatrice? Oh, Beatrice. Do you believe? Do you believe in the great Beatrice? If you've ever watched the anime, then you would know. Making gold and eternal life is cool, but the real MVP is Grandpa. How did he get that gold past the IRS? Absolute magic. For real. For real. He hid it even from the IRS. It's so... It's so unbelievable the IRS stopped looking. However, the servants who watch over this didn't even blink. She heard it from that witch in the portrait adorning the entrance hall. Maria kept on laughing in a weird voice, as though this was nothing more or less than the truth. Maria, it might be rude to ask, but I'll ask one more time, okay? Who gave you that letter yesterday?
I got it from Beatrice. How many times must I tell you before you understand? You don't get it, do you? You can't see it. You can't believe it, can you?
Bitchy. Just then, Maria's laughter suddenly stopped.
Battler, you still don't understand? Beatrice exists.
She exists, you say? But where?
Like I said, Beatrice exists here.
That's right. Now that I think about it, I've been feeling for a while now that the servant's eyes have been pointed in quite the right direction. Wait, what? Haven't been pointed in quite the right direction. There we go. I'd figured they were just staring absent. We better talk in whispers if the IRS hears about the witch inflating the golden treasury. They'll throw her bodiless soul into the slammer. No, they'll be indoctrinated into Beatrice cult too. It'll be fine. Wasn't the case. The four here, Genji, Kanon, Kumasawa, and Maria, everyone except me, was looking at a spot right behind me. They're all in on the joke, bro. They're all in on it. They're trying to freak you out. It's like when people try to Mandela like someone by being like, it's always been that way. What do you mean? It's always been that way. Holding my breath tightly, I slowly looked over my shoulder. Of course, there wasn't anything there. I've known that the whole time. However, everyone in the room except me was focusing on that point as if there was someone there.
Beatrice is the mighty golden witch who has lived for 1,000 years. But since she can't show her form to humans, wavelength, she can't talk to them.
Scared me. I love that the MC is the strongest atheist. He is! He is! One atheist versus 1,000 religious cultists. If I can't see it, I don't believe it. No. No. Gaslighting at its finest. They're like, you will believe. And he's like, not happening.
And you know what? That's really sad. It means she truly despises it when people like you, who are born without a fragment of the ability needed to sense magic, deny that she exists. You're lucky, Battler. Good thing I gave you that charm yesterday, right? Don't you realize what kind of curse Beatrice would have put on you by now if you hadn't been carrying it around? You really are lucky, Battler.
Crazy bitch! Oh, that scorpion keychain. I thought that was just some cheap gift or something. But are you saying it really had some power?
If it weren't for that, you'd be lying in the storehouse as a sacrifice with your face crushed by now. You're so lucky, Battler.
Oh my god. I see. So if it weren't for that, I'd been killed by now.
Battler, why don't you believe in Beatrice? Even though she exists. Right now, over there. Look. Hey. I'll bet you want to believe it now. Believe it, and thank me for giving you that charm. If it weren't for that, you'd be in the storehouse right now. But then, maybe you wouldn't have saved someone else in exchange, right?
Would've. Right then, I burst into laughter. Playing witches had been pretty fun up until a second ago, but unfortunately, that last one seemed to be too much for me to gloss over. Then it's all useless, isn't it, Maria? If that's true, then I'm sorry, but it's all useless. When Maria saw me suddenly start laughing, she stopped. Even though she didn't understand what I was laughing at, she realized it wouldn't be pleasant for her. I thought it might hurt you, so I didn't say it earlier, but... Well, I thought I put the charm you gave me in my pocket, but I must have dropped it somewhere. So the charm can't be the only reason I'm alive now, and even though I should have been cursed by the witch, I'm perfectly fine. Sorry, but I don't believe in things I don't see with my own eyes. Sixth senses? Wavelengths? Magic sensitivity? Sorry, but I don't believe in fake stuff like that. When I hear the girl in class start talking about how good or bad their ability to sense the supernatural is, it pisses me off. I don't know how much grandfather is paying you, but if you're trying to talk me into joining some cult, believe me, you won't be able to do it that easily. The MC might be actually coded. Facts and laws should destroy the Golden Witch, who has lived for 1,000 years, yes. Battler. You guys are free to believe whatever you want. However, when it comes to the things I believe, the one who decides is always me. Sorry, but I can't believe in something as shady as Beatrice until I've seen her with my own eyes. I spoke forcefully and sharply. Then Maria started cackling again. Real PMO. What is PMO? It's like Yugi and his friends to get Kaiba to believe in the heart of the cards, yeah. Except it's like evil.
Well, that's just fine, isn't it? Eventually, even people like you with totally mismatched wavelengths will be able to see Beatrice. Very soon, she will revive. Beatrice will revive. Once that happens, she's promised to talk with me and play with me a lot. There will be absolutely no need for you to doubt, or for us to force you to believe. She will appear very soon.
Oh. Oh. Wait, why, who's pissing you off? That child has gotten in the medicine cabinet. Yeah. Maria crazy. The result of bad parenting. And lack of supervision. After a meal, some people tend to head to the bathroom, while others prefer to relax for a bit. It seemed that several people had left the parlor, just like I did when I went to the kitchen to drink some water. In the end, Aunt Natsuhi reluctantly retracted her order that everyone remain packed in the parlor. Bad move! On the condition that no one headed out on their own or stray too far. In any case, if 11 people are shut up in the same room starting early in the morning, the air will start to stagnate. I was on a slight delay, so I was responding to Battler saying really pisses me off. Oh. I'm noticing there is like quite a bit of delay. Okay, no one on YouTube is talking. Is she doing a huge aura gambling right now? I wouldn't call Natsuhi like aura. She's a mess. Also, quite some time had passed, so everyone was starting to recover from the shock of that morning, and their sense of danger might have weakened too. How does your shock go away when people that you care about just like suddenly like get mutilated? Like that right there. I'm like, I don't know about that one. That's anime as fuck. Like, I know that the 90s was a different time, but like, which is the setting, but mind you, the setting is in the 1990s. But like, come on, man. Like, people didn't just like, yeah. I saw my like brother's face get like crushed in. Average Tuesday. Nobody does that. I would have flipped it back and said, yeah, sure, maybe I'm in danger of dying, but you are in danger of living for 1,000 years, and then retorted it with my own hell yeah. Then you pinch your nose. Pull her cheeks. However, there is a certain fact that 6 people had been killed inside this mansion, so no one was completely negligent. Thank God. So whenever they went out into the hallway for a breath of fresh air, trying to act tough, they would quickly get scared of standing there isolated and would eventually return to the parlor. Like, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, getting comfortable after all that sounds kind of crazy, especially when you're locked in the place with the person who did it until the monsoon ends. No. Sees my brother's face getting crushed. Well, I'm glad I'm not that guy right now. I guess it's like the north wind and the sun. If you force someone to stay shut in, they'll resist, but if you tell them to do whatever they want, they'll come back immediately. One lifetime is enough, man. It sucks. Imagine living 10 times as long. Living nightmare. People really do not... Wait, people really do like not doing what they're told. Yes. When the servants finished cleaning up from this bug, I'm going to end its entire bloodline. Jesus Christ. Oh, I got this, like, cool crystal. It's a ball, but it's not like, it's a gemstone, but, like, it's not clear. So it's, like, kind of like a crystal ball, but it's, like, not. It's a bee stone. It's cool. Eli got it for me. It's on my desk now. I like it a lot. Anyway. That's why I make it my friend. When the servants finished cleaning up from the meal, they returned obediently to the parlor, just as Aunt Nazi had told them to, and sat on a sofa near the entrance, patiently awaiting orders. Maria, almost as though she had suddenly finished playing witches, had returned to the parlor, to the pure Maria everyone knew well, saying, "Ooh, ooh. What in the world happened back there? I hadn't even felt an atom of the presence of this person called Beatrice, who was supposedly standing behind me, invisible. However, it felt like I'd glimpsed a little of that presence inside Maria. You're right. When Maria starts talking about witches, her personality changes. Battler, you also saw it down by the beach yesterday, right? Mind you, every time that bell rings, it means that some kind of clue has occurred. Just so y'all know. Whoever translated this loved using the word obediently. Yes. Everyone should be obedient. No. You mean that scorpion keychain? No, I didn't mean like when her feelings were hurt. I'm talking about her having a dual personality or something. She's bipolar, I tell you. Yeah, that happens sometimes too. That thing Maria did when she was talking about the magic circle does happen every now and then. Not like multiple personality syndrome. Yeah. It's freaky though. Apparently, Jessica had spotted that Maria a few times. It just happened to catch it at... I just happened to catch it at a bad moment and was pretty freaked out seeing it for the first time. So what is that? Does Maria have a dual personality or something? Or are you saying that her spiritual sense really is that strong and she's being possessed by a spirit or whatever? No, I don't think it's that. Haven't you ever experienced it? When you were small, didn't you ever want to be someone other than yourself? Water. When humans are born, no one has any individuality. However, when they reach their growth period, their sense of self starts to be born. When they want to be different from other people, but since everyone else in their class is learning the same things at the same rate and being forced into the same lifestyle, of course they aren't going to find anything that makes them different from everyone else around them. Once they realize that, the first thing they do is start breaking the rules in what's called their rebellious stage. Since everyone else follows the rules, they want to show off their individuality by breaking them. So even those who try to act tough, mocking everyone around them and calling them childish, can actually be viewed as cute kids searching for themselves, if you look at it this way. Well, I'm lecturing about all this like I'm so smart, but I actually got it secondhand from George. I myself was one of those embarrassing guys who thought it was cool to act like a little bastard. Well, that was when I was at an age where you could try to show off to the opposite sex. The main feature of the growing period lies in impulse to break away from your life as a kid, like a chick trying to crack open the shell of their egg. Do you know what makes children and adults different? Age. Or do you mean size? No, it's experience. Adults can look down on children because children have very little life experience. The reason they snort at everything children say is because they think kids know nothing about the real world. Yeah, I understand that. When you're a kid, you talk like you've got life all figured out somehow. You're trying to act like an adult. No matter what kids say, adults just snort at them and say they're too naive or that they'll understand when they get older or something. Well, it's probably true, but to a kid, it's just annoying, like they're being looked down upon. Experience? I don't believe in it until I see it with my own eyes. I get it. It's a question of knowledge and experience. Well, I guess you're right that there's no reason to respect a person for their age if they're just wasted their lives. And therefore, during the period when they try to separate themselves from other children, they also try to take on personality traits different from those around them. And if knowledge and experience is what separates kids and adults, I get it. If they know something no one else knows, it becomes part of their identity. You know, when I was in elementary school, I'd learn things no one else knew, and get things no one else had, wear things no one else wore, and became a bit of a hero for it. I'll bet you've done the same thing, Battler. Yeah. There's definitely an age when I wanted to excel in some skill or other. I see. So that's because I was trying to separate myself from being a child, or going through my growth period, in other words. If you put a positive spin on it, the growth period forces you to separate yourself from others, thereby pushing you to gain skills and knowledge no one else has. This is also interesting from a sociological standpoint. Because people hate being like everyone else, they try to learn skills other people don't know. In that way, society can acquire the broader range of skills it needs to survive. The quality of the gods' programming is truly surprising. Well, unique personality traits can also be negative, right? Like, say, if everyone in the class is studying hard, but I want to be the one slacking off, trying to stand out. Okay, that last bit was true about me. It's only recently that I've been able to thank the middle school teacher who slapped me after school. But, well, I tried to jump over things no one else could. Sprint as fast as I could, tried to lap those guys with good grades when we did a marathon. I just felt like doing it. It was in my nature that if I couldn't study well, then at least I could get back at them by exercising. I see. So I really did get through a proper growth period. I guess boys really do tend to focus more on physical stuff. But you know, girls of the same age tend to focus more on mental, spiritual things. I'll bet there were groups of girls in your classes that got really interested in fortune-telling in their spiritual senses. Yeah, there were. They'd come over, ask me for my sign and my blood type, and they'd laugh. Ah, I thought so, giggle giggle. It really got on my nerves. No matter which class you go to, girls like fortune-telling. Deciding whether your spirit sense is strong or weak, what your sensitivity is, whether you can see the unseeable, that kind of thing. Definitely happened to me. That's because fortune-telling and spiritual senses are things that aren't taught in school. To girls, who tend to be more introverted, it's a genre that's easy to build an identity upon, and one that holds a lot of interest for them. Just like how when boys enter their growth period, they start acting tough and rebellious against adults. When girls enter their growth period, they start getting interested in that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't know. So, Maria having so much interest in the occult isn't that rare among girls her age? Even if we accept that, I wonder if it explains the creepy dual personality thing. Actually, I think I probably could accept that explanation more or less. As you just said, becoming an adult means gaining knowledge and experience. So, to gain that, it's necessary for children to learn all sorts of things and break free from childhood. However, there are certain convenient delusions that you see often in the world of children, both now and in the past. Do you know what I mean? You see it all the time in manga and anime, right? It's kind of like that. Like you got memories from a previous life that start to resurface, like you're being possessed by the soul of the great something or whatever. Or it could be that a sleeping gene gets awakened, or maybe a sealed power or memory returns, that kind of thing. Are they blaming bipolar disorder on the children? No. They're saying there's nothing wrong with Maria. They're saying she's a child, it's fine. For some reason, stuff like that is really popular at that age. Why is that? All those examples you just mentioned are illusions that let children immediately add to their sum of knowledge and experience. If a 9-year-old girl says she has a 1,000-year-old witch possessing her, then she gains a 1,009-year-old identity. So basically, studying is annoying, but these delusions are convenient for people who want to brag about having a skill no one else has, amazing the people around them. So you could brag about something without having to work hard or study. I see. Isn't that a kid's greatest dream? Furthermore, in their desire to separate themselves from being kids, they always project an image of their ideal self, and it's not rare for their desired self to become an alternate personality. Even you, Battler, probably had a slightly different personality at home and at school, right? It'd probably be embarrassing if your friends at school saw how you were at home. At school, you try to project yourself as you want to be, but at home is where your true self is. Like it is. Yeah. So in other words, I'm changing my personality depending on the situation. Are you trying to say having multiple personalities is actually really common?
A girl who's a fan of the occult might say she's being possessed or awakened. Honestly, there are some kids who change their personality so much it's creepy. And some boys do too, right? Guys who say they've blown their top and suddenly turned into some overplayed violent character. I'll bet they think they're pretty cool, but it's painful to watch.
Let's sum it all up. So you're saying that even if a girl about Maria's age shows a creepy second personality like she did a minute ago, it isn't such a rare or unusual thing. Simply put, that's right. Identity is an important factor when building up one's sense of self. If you make fun of it, it could actually cause children to go back into their shell. So it's important to go along with them to some degree. Although the broad-mindedness of the parents determine whether they play along in full or not. Big bro, I can't believe you're single. You sound like you've already raised kids through middle school. So, I wonder if Aunt Rosa also knew much about Maria's dual personality.
She knew about it. Just between us, Aunt Rosa really hated it. She said it was unpleasant and that Maria was becoming increasingly isolated from the rest of the class. So anytime Maria started talking about the occult or laughing like a witch, she'd slap her. And it looks like Maria stopped talking that way in front of her. Maybe that thing back there was just a little game from a girl facing her growing period. A girl trying to show that she was different and independent by holding interest in witches and the occult. And since she wanted to be different from herself, young as she was switching between her normal personality and the personality of her ideal, a witch. At first, I'd found that very disturbing.
but after being lectured by George, it felt like this was a path everyone walked down at one time or another. I haven't told anyone, but when I was in kindergarten, I joined up with a little gang of kids trying to form an Earth Defense Force, saying we'd help protect peace on Earth. My face turns red when I remember how, during what we called battle practice, we would chant, EDF! EDF! Just like usual, Maria was relaxing, immersed in the TV, ooh-ooing and laughing like any girl her age. But on the side, another personality that was the ideal witch she respected and blindly accepted was sleeping. And that wasn't anything extraordinary, it was perfectly natural for her girl her age. You won't get indoctrinated, but you will be convinced that really strange behavior is totally fine. Okay. I've calmed down a little. That's great, Battler. Good job. Good job, buddy. The shock from my bizarre experience in the kitchen is now fading away. If I hadn't talked to Big Bro and Jessica, I might still be frightened by the idea of an invisible witch standing right behind me. However, I can really accept that an explanation for what happened. Can I really accept that is an explanation for what happened back there? If it had just been Maria, I could have explained it as the fickle delusions of a growing girl. But Genji, Kanon, and Kumasawa had also been there. None of them had denied what Maria said. They silently accepted that Beatrice exists. I was starting to feel a little uneasy. Aunt Ava's position was that no 19th person existed. That the crime was an inside job tied to the family's quarrels. On the other hand, Aunt Natsuhi's position was that the culprit was hiding somewhere outside of the mansion. So she rejected the possibility of an inside job and supported the idea that a 19th person existed. And in the kitchen, Maria and the servants had also supported the idea of a 19th person. This makes my mouth really dry. Ugh. But according to them, this 19th person isn't human. They said it was an invisible witch carrying out some mysterious plan. If there's a 19th person or not, or is there a 19th person or not? And is the culprit human or a witch? For some reason, I couldn't just laugh off any of those possibilities. Not even the most ridiculous story about the witch. Jessica, all I know about the story of the witch is that the adults made it up to keep the kids too scared to enter the forest. But is the story different here in the mansion?
I feel the same way you do, okay?
I think it was just a stupid ghost story that parents made up so their kids would listen to them. But I can't deny that the atmosphere inside the mansion makes it a little hard to say it out loud. After all, Grandfather had proclaimed that Beatrice exists, and because of their position, the servants can't doubt that. Even Uncle Cross and Aunt Natsuhi don't want to get into a fight with him, so on the surface, they go along with it. So it's probably fair to say that doubting the existence of Beatrice is taboo to those who live and work in the mansion, unlike the rest of us who only come here once a year. Is that right? Jessica took a deep breath in admiration. It looked like Big Bro had guessed right.
It's just like you say. No one really believes it on the inside. But on the outside, they accept that she exists. See, it's just the way some people are about God. Even if they know God doesn't exist, they feel like it would be uncouth if they actually said it out loud.
How do you think the servants feel about it? Are they just going along with it because grandfather, their employer, says that she exists?
Well, I don't really know the details, but between the servant and the story about Beatrice,
has been treated like a sort of ghost story. Remember yesterday when Shannon was talking to us down by the beach? That story about how one night when she was doing the rounds in the mansion, she saw something unsettling? She did say something like that, didn't she? Back then, I thought she was just being really nice to help improve Maria's mood, but it felt like she was serious when she said it. That's right, she definitely said it. She definitely said the same kind of thing that Genji and the rest had all unanimously declared back in the kitchen.
In addition, some servants have also seen will-o-wisps and glittering butterflies dancing around. Kenan also saw something like that when he went patrolling one night. And recently, you often hear servants talking about strange footsteps heard inside the mansion near midnight. We've whispered together that the Beatrice in the portrait sometimes makes herself invisible and walks through the mansion. It happened a while ago, but even I had heard footsteps while patrolling at night that resembled those stories.
That's right, she definitely did say that. Exactly the same thing that I had been told just now.
But there's nothing to be afraid of. Beatrice is another ruler of this mansion, separate from the master. So there's no need to be unnaturally afraid. If you respect her, I hear she won't do anything bad.
However, she can be quite terrifying if you don't respect her, right?
Correct. I've heard that just before I began working here. Someone who spoke badly of Beatrice fell down the stairs and quit after receiving a large injury to their back. Because of that, there was a rumor between the servants that Beatrice's anger had been brought down upon this person.
If you don't respect her, you'll suffer her wrath and get hurt. So, to the servants, Beatrice's existence is just as credible as the story that if you pull a prank on Inari, you'll receive Kitsune's curse. So, of course, even though everyone accepts that curses and the like don't exist in the modern era, people are still afraid and still have a little respect for them. You often see it when, in a residential area, someone is building a house and they call a Shinto priest for a ceremony to honor the god of that plot of land. You might think that was just a big waste of time and money, but it's said that if the workers don't do that, a big accident will occur, so they never neglect to do it. You also hear about how if Inari's shrine is carelessly removed during a town replanning, there'd be a curse by Kitsune. I think I might have read somewhere that when the occupying forces were trying to expand an airport, they tried to remove an Inari that was in the way, and the workers kept getting struck down by mysterious fevers. Even in modern cities like Tokyo, it wasn't rare to see modern buildings packed all around an old Inari shrine, leaving the shrine itself untouched. And that wasn't limited to just Japan. It's probably similar to how foreigners baptize babies. If I remember right, by Christian doctrine, if unbaptized souls have even the slightest amount of sin, they will still go to hell. Putting water on a child's forehead doesn't do anything but make them cry, but if by doing that parents can prevent their children from going to hell, they will happily go through with that ceremony. In short, even if this is modern society of reason, we were still unable to throw away every trace of belief and fear. You could even say that we accept certain sorts of supernatural things, though in a passive way. Maybe the only difference is that maybe the only difference on this island is that Beatrice is the object of that worship. So in other words, if anything happens that doesn't seem explainable in a human terms, it's called the work of Beatrice. I think Shannon said it herself. My throat is starting to go. I want to finish this, like, sub-chapter, though. Windows and doors and locks that were tightly shut would be open the next time you went back to check them. Lights that should have been on went out, and lights that should have been out were turned on. And if I remember, even Jessica was joking about it, saying it was also the work of Beatrice when she couldn't find her bag in the morning.
Your memory's pretty good. Normally, you'd say some little imp took them, but on this island, it's Beatrice. Well, it's all pretty stupid, though.
This mansion has been standing for about 30 years by now, hasn't it? It's natural for things that old to get their fair share of ghosts and occult stories. Like the 7 mysteries at a school. But that's where I'll spin the chessboard around. Huh? Simply put, on this island, there's a rule that Beatrice gets blamed for anything that couldn't have been done by humans. Things that humans can't do. How many humans are there? 18. In other words, the culprit is using the rules of this island to make it look like a witch committed the crime. Which proves that they desperately want us to think a 19th person did it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. What do you mean, you don't like it? Let's assume some invisible 19th person exists and wants people to know they exist. If it were me, I'd do it with even more perfect timing. What do you mean by perfect timing? Well, the crime took place sometime between the middle of the night and dawn, right? We had some people who were talking together until the middle of the night, some people on night shifts, and some people who returned to their rooms and were sleeping. Everyone's alibi is really vague, so there's plenty of room to suspect that the crime was an inside job. George, Aunt Ava probably told you too, right? That there's a good chance this crime was an inside job? Yes, I guess. In other words, if this invisible 19th person really exists and wants to let us know it, this first crime was a complete failure. No, in the first place, they chose the wrong time of day to do it. If this invisible person really wants to show themselves, they have to make sure that the crime took place under conditions which proved that the remaining 12 were all innocent. As long as there is a single human we can suspect, this 19th person's attempt to highlight their presence fails. That's why, near midnight, when everyone's alibis are at their vaguest, the 19th person's existence is also at its vaguest. And yet the culprit chooses to commit the crime at that time. By committing the crime, then, one of the 18 would obviously be suspected, and yet someone handed Maria the letter and called themselves a witch, even though everyone denies they did it.
In other words, you're trying to say that one of the 18 is trying to make it look like a 19th person called Beatrice exists? That's a pretty crazy idea.
I think Mom's theory about someone hiding outside the mansion's a bit more credible.
Battler, don't tell me you actually think someone in this room is the culprit.
I do. Someone's trying to force us to accept that Beatrice exists. That's right, this whole thing started as far back as the letter last night. I don't have any basis or proof, but with the chessboard turned around, this is my best guess.
Seriously, that's too crazy. You sure you haven't been reading too many weird detective novels?
However, it's an angle we can't ignore. Whether there's a 19th person or not, the culprit definitely planned something involving the rule about this island. Just now, listening to Battler talk, I remembered something that's a little disturbing. Something disturbing? Yes. Do you remember Beatrice's letter? It said that Beatrice was going to collect interest. Excuse me. And by interest, it mentioned everything of the Oshiromia family. Jessica and I thought back on what Maria read out loud the previous night. Yeah, it said that. It definitely said that. That the collection of the interest was going to take place shortly, but if the riddle of the gold could be solved, she'd lose that right. Grandfather received the gold and rebuilt the Oshirimiya family. In other words, according to Beatrice, everything created using the gold as capital counts as part of the interest. Which means... That's pretty scary for a joke, big bro. You don't mean everything of the Oshirimiya family. In other words, everything that grandfather gave birth to. In other words, everything with grandfather's blood flowing through their veins. If you interpret the letter that way, these murders are just Beatrice legitimately collecting interest. If that's the case, these crimes will continue. Because the collection of interest is still only halfway completed. George turned around, looking over the parlor. There were still many people who had held the name Oshirimiya, and because Goda and Shannon had been killed, we knew that not even the servants were safe, despite lacking the Oshirimiya name. So are they planning to kill all of us? But that's weird. George, in that case, why only 6 people? They should have been able to kill a lot more. At worst, it should have been possible for them to assault everyone while they were sleeping and kill them a single night. Why didn't they do that? The special clause. If someone manages to solve the riddle of the gold, their right to the interest will be lost. And remember how the letter ended. It challenged us all to solve the riddle of grandfather's gold. Jesus. It looks like we're finally understanding the culprit's message. In other words, the culprit's telling us to try and solve the riddle on the epitaph grandfather had made. On top of that, they're saying that if we just sit around, they'll keep collecting the interest. I realize this is all based on several guesses that are way out there, but not everything that happens in this world fits together in a perfect line. Most of the events we don't understand are only individual points. By fitting them into a straight line, we're beginning to understand. When the points at either end of the line are really close, the end itself is more logical and easier to understand. And when those points are really far away, the opposite's true. It's the distance between those points that make us say our guesses are way out there. However, if the distance we span are too narrow, that means our thinking will be narrow too. Is there a difference between making a guess and reasoning? Am I just using easily made guesses to try and force this crime into a pattern I can understand? No, that's not it. When you're lost in the dark and searching around with your hands, what you're doing is relying on your imagination and making guesses. Only imagination can find the points that need to be tied together. Reasoning is nothing more than the act of drawing lines between them. If you can't imagine, you can't reason. What I'm doing now might be way out there, but I'm sure it isn't a mistake either. Only the power of imagination can pull clues out from the darkness. And then I can use that power of reasoning to tie those clues together. It was a lot like the process of searching out an enemy's weak spot and striking. It's okay if I'm way out there. Find a weak point first. Then we can think about how to strike. Right now is the time to find points we can tie together later. Are we still not done? Oh my goodness. For the time being, I put aside whether a 19th person existed, and announced our theory that the goal of the culprit might have been to make us solve the riddle of the epitaph. Uncle Hideyoshi seemed to be extremely interested, but Aunt Natsuhi said it was ridiculous and dismissed it. Of course, if you think about it that way, even that letter from yesterday makes sense. That motive seems to fit pretty well with the facts. Setting aside whoever it was that gave Maria the letter.
Ugh, Beatrice exists. Ugh.
even though she was puffing her cheeks in that cute way she's been doing since yesterday, I couldn't think of it as cute. If I poked fun at her, it might suddenly transform into a creepy laugh. There is no hidden gold. However, if the culprit is blindly sure of its existence, and if they're trying to make us solve the riddle before snatching the gold away for themselves, then I will agree it makes sense. However, if that were the case, why would they start by killing those most highly ranked in the Oshiramiya family? I see your point. If they want to make us solve the riddle, killing those closest to Kinzo doesn't sound like a good plan to me. That's true enough, and if we're going with that argument, wouldn't it have been quicker to threaten Father in the first place? You think it'd be faster to just ask the person who wrote it rather than trying to force us to solve it? You've got a point there. Still, I think I'd take more than your average threat to make Father spill the beans. Beans. Beans! Anyone who knows Kinzo well would probably realize that he wouldn't bow to ordinary threats. He's the man who bears responsibility for the Oshiramiya family and its vast wealth. He's been exposed to many threats and attacks in the past. The family only prospers today because he was able to overcome all of them. That's frickin' right. You can't even imagine our grandfather obeying someone because of threats. Jessica, watch your language. Yes, Mom. In that case, what about this idea? No, wait. Is this one also way out there? I couldn't hesitate. Out there ideas are like bows and arrows. Might be hard to hit with, but it's a great weapon because you can hit enemies far away. They say most people who have died in battles were killed by arrow wounds. In a battle, you can't just shoot off one arrow. You shoot a whole bunch of arrows at once, pushing forward towards the enemy's troops with a wall of them. So keep shooting over and over. Create a wall as you push forward towards the truth. If the culprit is after the hidden gold, forcing us to solve the riddle wouldn't be very efficient for them. It'd be much quicker and easier to ask the person who made it in the first place. In that case, the question is this all a message directed at Grandfather? In other words, these murderers were a threat made against Grandfather. If he didn't tell the culprit where the gold was, his family members would have been killed off one by one. What if we weren't the only ones being forced to solve this riddle? What if Grandfather was too? If you think about it that way, it explains Grandfather's mysterious disappearance. If the culprit has already attacked Grandfather, then judging by the state of the 6 corpses we're left in, he should have been left on display somewhere with that horrible makeup added. But despite that, we still haven't found him. So does that mean Grandfather has been kidnapped and is being held somewhere? How could... You weren't saying... How could... That sounds interesting. So Grandfather's being confined somewhere, and the culprit's saying we'd be killed off if... one by one if he doesn't tell them where the gold is. It pains me to imagine how you find this interesting. Aunt Natsuhi glares at her, but Aunt Ava just smiles calmly. Since we still haven't seen him after all this time, I think it's almost certain that Grandfather has gotten caught up in the crime. If you think about it, you can't just ignore Battler's theory. Be quiet, George. In the first place, when did Father actually disappear? Who was the last person to see Father? It was probably me. This morning, when we didn't know where my husband and the rest were, we discussed the possibility of them being in Father's study. And I went to check his room and greeted him there. Come to think of it, I've been holding the key to his study this whole time, haven't I? Genji, let me return this to you. Aunt Natsuhi pulled out the gold key and handed it to Genji. Looking at the key, Aunt Ava giggled. Hey Genji, I'm sure the police will inspect Father's room thoroughly. If there's anything hidden there, it'll be exposed anyway. So maybe it'd be better if you just told us about it right here, right now. What are you talking about? It's simple. Father's study is a closed room, with no way in or out except for that key, right? I want to verify whether that's true. There is one entrance to Father's study. What about the window? Any other entrances or exits? There are none. There is no way to get in except the entrance. You're sure about that? There isn't some secret hidden door or anything? Since Father isn't here, I'm the highest ranked member of the Oshirimiya family. I'm asking you as a representative of the Oshirimiya family head. Remember that when you answer me. Are there any ways in or out of that room other than the main entrance? As Father's closest aide, I'm sure you would know. Aunt Natsuhi looked a little offended at the part about the highest-ranked family member, but she kept her mouth closed for the time being and waited for Genji's answer. I couldn't help but feel a little uncomfortable. Why was she going on and on about hidden doors? You too, Canon, Kamisawa. If you know, won't you tell me? If there is one, it'd be better if you said so. Otherwise, a certain person might be driven into a corner in a second. If we assume that there is a hidden door, then my argument comes to nothing. Aunt Ava didn't specify which person was about to be driven into a corner, but following the flow of the conversation, I had a feeling that she was referring to Aunt Natsuhi. Mother, what are you talking about? George, stay quiet for a bit. What do you say? Genji? Canon? Or Kumasawa? Is there a hidden door? Or not? Genji, when you were remodeling Father's study, you must have overseen the construction, and won't let you say you don't know. There is nothing like that in the Master's study. You sure? What about Canon? One who's allowed to wear the one-winged angel. That's right. I'm sure. There is no such hidden door in the Master's study. Kumasawa? No, I haven't heard of such a thing. What about Dr. Nanjo? You've had a close relationship with Father. I've never heard of something like that. Very well then. So are you ready? Let me begin. It's very simple. Everyone tilted their head doubtfully, wondering what Aunt Ava was starting to talk about so proudly. Aunt Ava laughed triumphantly, as though she were about to reveal a secret only she knew. Natsuhi was the last person to spot Father, right? I forget the exact time, but I think it was a little before 9 in the morning. Big brother, do you remember? Or big sister, do you remember? I ran into you just as you were coming out of Father's study, right? Yes, I remember. What does that have to do with anything? And when was the next time you went to visit Father's study? That was after we found the bodies of Big Brother and the rest, right? Together with me, you went up with to the study to report that, and we discovered that he wasn't there. By the way, Big Sis, at the time when you went to enter Father's study, did you notice anything? Notice anything? What are you talking about? Come on, you picked up some trash, right? You folded a receipt? I do seem to remember picking up some trash. How is that relevant? I got that receipt when I bought some candy at the store before arriving at the airport. Aunt Ava pulled a small bag of candy out of her handbag. Ah, the receipt from the candy we bought back there. But, Mother, what does that receipt have to do with anything? George, stay quiet and listen for just a bit longer. Uncle Hideyoshi's expression was a little strict. Apparently, he understood what Aunt Ava was getting at.
It really was just a whim. I definitely didn't foresee anything, or try to set up a trap for Natsuhi or anything like that. Actually, about that receipt. Big sis, you remember bumping into me right after the last time you saw Father, right? At that time, I wedged us into the door of the study.
So what does that mean? Are you saying no one opened the door until Aunt Natsuhi picked up the receipt?
Wait a second, Aunt Ava. Wedging a receipt in would be obvious.
Is it possible that when Grandfather opened the door, he noticed and found it amusing and stuck it back in the door? Jessica hurriedly argued back. She still didn't really know what all this meant, but she realized that whatever it was, it would raise suspicions about her own mother.
My nose is running. Of course, I folded the receipt up very small so that no one would notice. But even if you assume that he saw it fall, he would have no way of knowing how high up the door it had been stuck, right? I checked it while Natsuhi was taking the key out. The receipt was still stuck, not 1 millimeter away from where I had put it. I can't understand why you would pull such a childish prank. I'll bet you were the one who did the prank in the door to my room, too.
The door to your room?
It was unpleasant to talk about, so I never mentioned it.
But when I woke up this morning, there were signs of some prank on the outside of my door, with what was probably the same red paint that was scribbled across the shutter. There were some unpleasant marks, as though someone had been tearing at the door. Wait, what's this? Why'd you keep quiet about this till now?
My apologies. Since so many horrible things have occurred since then, I had completely forgotten about it until this moment. I don't know anything about that. I'm not talking about your door, but the door to Father's room, right? Between the time you confirmed that he was in the room and the time we confirmed that he wasn't, the door wasn't opened even once. How did Father get out if he didn't use the door? I don't know about that. That's what I want to know.
Natsuhi. Other than you, who else checked to see whether Father was in his room? Last night, the last time I met Kenzo was when we were playing chess, so I was with him until just before dinner. Who saw him after that? I did. I gave him his dinner last night. Yes, Shannon and I were with him. My throat. So at that time, Father was still definitely in his room. However, Natsuki, when he found out he wasn't there, it looks like all the ways in and out of the study were closed, right? But even so, you said you met with him this morning. I don't understand why everyone has become so gloomy. Could someone please explain it to me? Father and Mother, are you saying that what Natsuhi says about meeting Grandfather this morning was a lie?
Like hell she'd lie about that. Mom's guiltless. Why would she lie? Jessica, I keep telling you to watch your language.
All at once, the whole room was in an uproar. Aunt Ava and Aunt Natsuhi confronted each other across the parlor table, with George confronting Jessica. What the heck is going on?
Many people spotted him last night, right? But since this morning, the only one who claims to have seen Father is Natsuhi. And then there's that strange fact we learned about from my receipt. So how can we connect these points together?
Aunt Ava urged everyone to imagine it. Sure, that receipt would become an important point, but I didn't know which other points to tie it to or how. If we try tired. If we try searching for the answer on Ava probably wants, we'll find that Anansi lied and acted as though grandfather was in the room this morning. Had that fact been exposed by a whim of Aunt Ava's? I don't get it at all. Why would Mama have to lie? She had no reason to, right? That's what I want to know. But Jessica, you can't be sure she had no reason to lie and say that grandfather was in the room. After all, you see it in mystery novels every now and then. That trick where people fake the time of death and create an alibi for themselves. What are you talking about? I've never heard of that. We still haven't found Father yet. But it's pretty natural to assume he's already been killed. If that's true, there's no doubt we'll find his corpse soon. If at that point the time of death would be cleverly faked, Natsuki would be able to create an alibi. Do you understand, everyone? This morning, when Aunt Natsuki confirmed that grandfather was there, she lied. And he was already dead at that time. And then she moved the body to some other location and tampered with it so that when we find it, we'll think he was killed just a second ago. That'd make it possible for her to create an alibi, even just by staying with the rest of us. Then she could say, I heard someone screaming, dash over there and become the first to find the body along with everyone else. Is that what Aunt Ava is saying? Ridiculous. After all, detective novels are merely books for the purpose of entertainment. You can only think of such an indiscreet idea because you read them all the time. That's right. Even if she did try to fake the time of death a little, all that would be blown away in an instant once the police did their autopsy. And that might have worked in the past, but do you really think that kind of trick would work in modern Japan? It doesn't make sense. You think so? This morning when Dr. Danjo looked at the corpses, he was only able to give a vague estimate of time of death, right? Autopsy results are very easily affected by the environment and individual differences. It's a very relatable estimate with an uncertainty of several hours. And unfortunately, the police's scientific investigation will have to wait until tomorrow. It wouldn't be easy to measure the correct time of death so accurately, even in modern Japan. Isn't that right, Dr. Danjo? Examining a corpse is an extremely difficult task that requires both experience and instinct. I have heard that there is a very high chance of mistaken diagnosis. I imagine it is very possible for a misreading of just a few hours to occur. However, for an alibi, it's more than enough. It's an old trick. It's a trick that works well enough. Natsuki, it's not like we want to suspect you, okay? We just want to prove you're innocent so we don't have to suspect you. What is this innocence you want me to prove? This morning, I definitely met with Father, and he told me to keep the one-winged eagle engraved in my heart. Are you denying that he said that too? I will certainly not permit that. I won't let you deny that Father said those words. Or maybe Father's body won't appear anywhere. Normally a person has to be missing for 7 years before they're officially dead. Wouldn't that be a clever way to extend Father's nearly finished life? Oh, I've read. Another 7 years and keep all of his wealth to yourself? I fit the vibe. I can't let you get away with saying that. I can't let you get away with saying any more. I am Oshiramiya Natsuki. Although I do not have the right to wear the one-winged eagle on my body, it is certainly engraved into my heart. What do you think you're saying? What do you think you're saying to the wife of Cross, successor to the head, and the one who will act as such in his place? What's this? Are you going to shoot me with that gun? Go ahead. If only you'd just shoot. You're just desperate because you can't think of a way out, right? Do it. Just try to obscure the truth with violence. You? It wasn't like Natsuki had actually been actually holding the gun at ready and threatening anyone, but as she was egged on by Ava, she did hold it at the ready. Unsurprisingly, once things got to this stage, Jessica and Genji tried to stop her. Madam, please calm yourself. Mom, you aren't lying, so there's no reason for you to listen to this. Calm down, Natsuhi. All you've got to do is swear that father definitely was in that room. Why are you getting so worked up? That's correct. Natsuhi isn't lying. Shouldn't that be the end of it? Then I want you to explain. How did father manage to disappear from the room? The window was closed tight from the inside. The same was true for the door, right? This morning, if you really met with father, then you must explain how father disappeared from this unopenable door, closed room scenario. If you don't, that means you're a liar after all, right? How far do you plan to mock me? If you want to argue back, go ahead. That's right, try explaining it right here, right now. If you do, I'll apologize for suspecting you. How did father manage to get out of the room, get out from that closed room? I cannot explain, and there is no need for me to do so. Really? Then let me explain it. Let's take the best part from my perspective and yours and come up with a more friendly explanation. I'll believe what you said about father still being in his room this morning. However, the next time the door was open, father wasn't there. You don't have any objections so far, right? I have no desire to hear anything more you have to say. Shut your frivolous mouth. Blah. My reasoning goes like this, okay? I can confirm that on both occasions you were the only one to go through that door, and the receipt proves it. So, what's the answer to the puzzle of how father left the room? The window. He was sent out the window. Natsuhi, you threw father out the third-story window of the study into the courtyard. You? Madam, please endure it. Ava, please stop this. After that, when you left and you said you were going to check the doors and windows, you took father's corpse, which had fallen in the courtyard, and hid it. That was probably when you took some measures to fake the time of death, right? This ties in with the case regarding Cross and the rest, and also the case regarding Beatrice's last night. Hunter, there's a really good chance that we've got reason to suspect Natsuhi in all those cases. Normally, I wouldn't want to say this. But now that it's out in the open, there's nothing else I can do. Please, Natsuhi. Please explain how you can be innocent. Otherwise, I can't help but suspect you. Why me? Why must I, Shiramiya Natsuhi, be insulted like this? Looks like we got everyone's view on record now. It's useless. It's all useless, man. On Ava. It's all useless. Fuck this freaking world, man. What do you mean, useless? Jessica looked up at me, hanging on to my every word. Aunt Ava's expression was confident as ever. Useless, you say? What is? Battler, tell me. You're only convinced it was Aunt Natsuhi because you only are looking at the case from a single angle. It's not like I'm defending her, but that bluff of a checkmate ain't gonna fly. I think your reasoning regarding that receipt was passable. It's not a bad thread of logic, but I'd only give it a grade of 65 at best. If this were an exam, that'd be bad enough to get you an extra lesson in detention, right? Oh my. Well, how do you think anyone could break through the door sealed by my receipt and make father disappear? He
disappear. Other than my theory.
It's true that your theory is an interesting one. And if you could say for sure that there was no way to make grandfather disappear, then you probably would be able to prove that the last person to see him, Aunt Natsuhi, was guilty. However, since there's still a possibility she's innocent, and these accusations are false, you can't be sure about that. My tongue's like tied.
Then, Battler, are you saying someone other than Natsuhi made grandfather disappear? It'd be impossible for anyone else to do it. My receipt proves that, right? After the first time she visited that study, and until the second time when we visited together, the study was a perfect closed room, and when the seal was broken on the closed room, he was already missing. If that doesn't prove she's the culprit, what kind of trick could they have used?
Like I said, on Ava, only 65 points. So let's try spinning the chessboard around, shall we? The question isn't how someone managed to make grandfather disappear from the outside. We should think about how grandfather disappeared from the inside. The door had the receipt stuck in it, so it couldn't have been used. He also couldn't have gone through the window because you can't lock it from the outside. And when Aunt Ava visited the study, she checked to make sure it was locked. So the window also wasn't used. At that point, the study really was a closed room. We have to accept this. However, the study didn't remain a closed room forever. Once the seal created by the receipt was removed, it'd be possible for someone to escape by the door. In other words, the question isn't how Aunt Natsuhi made grandfather disappear. We need to think about how he was able to escape. Grandfather's study isn't an ordinary study, right? According to Genji, there's a toilet and a kitchen and even a bedroom, almost like a little house. For example, what if he was hiding under the bed and two of you only thought he was missing? Aunt Ava, even you didn't check that far, right? And then the two of you went back down the stairs thinking he wasn't there. At that time, the receipt was already gone. In other words, grandfather was hiding in his room the whole time. It was a closed room, and escaped after letting the two of you go past him. We can crack this closed room right open. What are you talking about? Why would father need to escape the room in such a bizarre fashion? Don't be so absurd. Yeah, it might be absurd. However, it still shows that there's a possibility Aunt Natsuhi is being falsely accused. Excuse me. Your receipt wasn't perfect. In chess, we might call that check, but it isn't checkmate. But the thing that really pisses me off is how you're pressuring Natsuhi to explain it, then claiming that she must be guilty if she doesn't. If you want to go down that road, then why don't you let me, Battler, spin the chessboard around one more time? On Ava, according to your argument, you must explain to us why you and Uncle Hideyoshi couldn't have killed those 6 last night and then casually returned to the guest house. You've been trying to force Aunt Natsuhi to explain. So I'm sure you can prove your own innocence, right? Especially now that grandfather's wealth has suddenly plopped down right into your hands. That's right. You're suspicious enough yourself, aren't you? If you say Mom's suspicious because she was the last person to see him, then what about you, Aunt Eva, the last person to see Dad and the rest? Just like Battler said, prove that you two weren't the ones who killed him. Mother, I also think your reasoning was a little overeager. I'm sure the receipt was an important hint. But like Battler said, that's not enough to prove that Aunt Natsuhi was responsible for the plot. We're all equally suspicious. It's not right for only Aunt Natsuhi to be persecuted. our proud father crawling under his bed. You call nonsense like that an explanation? In that case, why don't you explain first? Who killed those 6 and how? And then try showing us proof that you weren't involved. Oh, she's coughing. She's coughing. Woman down, woman down. Woman down. Woman down. No. Milady. Jessica suddenly started coughing. At first, I thought she was choking after yelling too loud, but before long I realized how painful it looked. Jessica kept coughing and choking, down her hands and knees. Jessica, hang in there. Dr. Nanjo. Jessica, your inhaler, quickly. No, wait, I have one with me. Nanjo pulled a bronchodiliter inhaler from his own bag, which was lying on the sofa, and handed it to Jessica. Good night. Have a good night's sleep. Thank you for coming by. Come to think of it, 6 years ago, didn't Jessica sometimes break into violent coughing fits and have to use that? However, 6 years ago, I never saw Jessica look like she was in so much pain. Big bro, was Jessica's asthma always this bad? It's gotten a lot worse in these past few years. It's no problem when she's normal, but when an attack comes suddenly, she can't stop coughing anymore. Oh. Olivia, your medicine. Here. Oh. Taking the inhaler from Cannon, Jessica used it with a practiced hand. It looked like her throat was still itching for a while, but she had it under control. Are you okay, Jessica? You scared me. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. Beads of sweat covered Jessica's whole body, and she couldn't hide her rough breathing, but it looked like her sudden attack had calmed down for now. This disturbance had made the dangerous atmosphere up until now seem slightly unfocused. But that's fine. That kind of battle of mutual suspicion is completely unnecessary. When you think about it, finding alibis for each other and looking for the culprit is probably meaningless. After all, we're just powerless, ordinary people. Ugh. And when the police come tomorrow, they'll definitely employ cutting-edge techniques and investigate the case thoroughly, solving all the riddles and arresting the culprit. Perhaps Battler is right after all. Just as Natsuhi is suspicious, I can't ignore the fact that I'm suspicious too. Arguing about that now will surely be unproductive. Everything will be fine if we just leave it to the police tomorrow. But don't you want to know too, Battler, who the culprit is? Don't you want to let them know the pain you feel from losing someone precious to you as soon as possible? I won't deny that. Even one day would be too long to let the wonderful bastard who's behind this go. But that doesn't mean I want to suspect one of the 18. Even though I said what I said earlier, I don't even want to suspect you, Aunt Ava. To me, you're an awesome aunt who's always fun and playful. I don't want to trade insults with an aunt like that. I wouldn't want to do that with anyone here. Right? Right, everyone? I feel the same way about Battler. It's pointless to trade insults. It's probably just stress built up because so many people have been crammed into one place since morning. Probably. It's only natural. It may not be my place to say, but I think we should all relax as much as possible. Alright, I'm gonna call this the ending for now. Because I'm tired and it's 10 minutes past when I wanted to. So he's dead, she's dead, he's dead, she's dead, he's dead, she's dead. And he's missing. We've got everyone that was in the room just yelling at each other left. Oh. Okay. There is... Okay. I forget how many people are dead at this point. Yeah, there's 6 dead. There's, Shannon, both of, Battler's parents, the other servant guy, Natsuhi's husband. I was just looking at it, too. Wait. Rudolph and Kyrie, Shannon and Gendo? Yeah, Gendo. Natsuhi's husband, I forget his name. There's another person. Whatever, they're gone. They're also dead. There's 6 people that died. And then Grandpa's missing. It's been a while. Did you check the Zoids game? Oh no. Eli's supposed to stream the Zoids game, I thought. Eli's supposed to stream, I thought. 2-way for the stream, Kifé. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate having you guys here. It makes it so much more fun. I did. Things have been crazy, so I haven't really thought of what I want to start streaming it. But it's still one of the first things I have on my list. Yeah! Eli, stream next week. Or this weekend. You should stream. Awesome. I love that game. Hope things are awesome for you and Kifé. Aww. You're so sweet. It's getting better. Ish. We're figuring things out. We're trying. We're doing our best. I have a really good memory, sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Alright. My tongue is like cramping. I haven't done this in a while, so I need to get used to reading lines. Do you know that this is still chapter 1? 17 hours and I'm still on chapter 1. There's like 5 chapters or something for just the questions arc. And there's like an entire other game, which Gwen got me, by the way. Like, we can play Answers Arc too. And that, I think, has another 5 chapters. So we've got a lot to get through. But it's fun. It's like I'm reading a story to you guys. but with silly pictures. Yeah, so it's like fun. I like reading. I hope you guys like it too. I love books. Really what? What are you really at? Oh, you can see my bald head. The book. What are you really at? Oh, how much there is? Yeah. No, there's a shit ton. Yeah, this is all just the first chapter. And it said that before I did this, it said there was 17 hours that I spent reading to you guys. So if I can commit to like streaming, you know, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and if I feel the urge other days and just like kind of sit and do, like, we've got content to get through. We can be immersed. And then when we run out of that, we've got Higurashi. I've got quite a few chapters of Higurashi, and they're pretty inexpensive to get the other ones. But And then there's Syconia. We'll just go through all of Rikushi 7's stuff. every single one of them. Be reading hours. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I read to my viewers. But I'm a pro gamer. Alright. I'ma log out. I'm tired. It was fun hanging out with y'all. This is the start of a beautiful, consistent schedule, I hope. And may I start earlier as I get used to it. Extend the hours a bit. Yeah. Spend more time. Chat more. I like chatting. I like chatting with you guys. It's fun. Alright. Good night. Sleep well. I will be back on Saturday. I don't know what time. I am collabing with Gwyneth. Gwyneth Dolan. I'm collabing with Gwyneth Dolan. We're gonna play more River City Girls. It'll be fun. And also, there's a new capture card. So, there's a new capture card that Eli is gonna help set up with me. So, no more scary glitching. We only have content, and it's beautiful. You take care too. Good night. See you Saturday. Well, in Discord too. But see you in chat Saturday. Bye bye. Oh, bye bye. Oh, bye bye bye. Oh, bye bye. Is there someone to raid? Is there someone to raid? I'm gonna bye YouTube. I'm gonna end here. Bye bye YouTube.